There are thousands of hours of videos giving beginner YouTubers advice to improve their content, grow their audience, and feel that sweet satisfaction of a #1 upload. And in case you can't tell by my sub count, I'm one of those beginners. Unless of course I magically gain a bunch of subscribers. Hint hint. So what I thought I would do in this video is break down all those countless hours of advice into the top 5 tips for a beginner YouTuber from a beginner. By the way, totally not related to wanting more attention, but the last one is my favorite of them all. The first piece of advice I wanted to talk about that has not only allowed me to get more views, but also shaped my content has been to answer specific questions. I got this idea from Think Media. This idea made so much sense to me, especially as a channel looking to help people grow to become successful and better people. Someone is way more likely to assume they're going to get value from content from a big creator like Mr. Beast. They know that when they click on this video, they're going to be met with high quality content that's engaging and entertaining for them. However, as a small channel, the value is less obvious. So we need to take steps to send a clear message to the audience that this is what value I'm going to bring you. For example, if someone's interested in learning about their self-esteem, seeing a video titled "Where Does Self-Esteem Come From?" makes it very obvious what value that can bring into their lives. Also, by answering specific questions, you can incite someone to think about a question they didn't even know they had. Like, hey, how can I make my work life more fun? Now, the next piece of advice kind of runs off the back of that, and that is presentation is key. There is a reason why companies spend millions and millions on marketing, and that's because if someone doesn't buy your product or click on your video in this case, then it doesn't really matter how good your product is. Now, I think a lot of people hear that they want to go straight to those thumbnails with lots of colors and graphics and exaggerated statements, and I'm sure that works for some, but not for me. This channel is all about authentic growth and learning through taking lessons from real experiences, and that's something that I try and portray in my videos and therefore also in my thumbnails and my titles. For example, I don't have this super energetic American accent where I can use lots of intense edits and music. Instead, these videos are supposed to be more relaxed, conversational, where I'm taking real experiences and lessons I've learned and trying to share them with others. So I try and portray that in my presentation. That's not to say your titles and thumbnails shouldn't attract attention, but just think about how they reflect the tone of your video. And I would argue that so many people go for these super exaggerated thumbnails and titles that something more subtle can actually attract more attention. The next important piece of advice that I would recommend you to consider is creating a channel identity. This point I mostly got from an extremely useful video from Marcus Jones. In this video, he gives a full rundown on how to create a channel and its identity and cater videos to those. By making note of what I want this channel to be about, it has allowed me to establish my audience, you beautiful people, create better videos and titles and thumbnails and all of that. I found that creating a channel identity really kind of paved the way towards where I want to go. And now all the videos on my channel make sense for them to be there. At least, hopefully. And this will also help YouTube work out what kind of channel you are, so it can push your videos to the right people. Hey, maybe that's how you found this one. Next is the importance of the first 30 seconds. This is something I'm still battling with. How do you make such a powerful statement or provide such insight in the first just 15 to 30 seconds that the audience sticks around for the rest of the video? Well, if my retention graphs are any sign of this, then I'm not doing a great job. The first 30 seconds are so important in a video because if someone clicks off before the good stuff, well, then they don't get the good stuff. You have to find a way to capture the audience's attention so that they stick around for longer, which drives up retention and says to YouTube, hey, maybe this guy's video is really good. We should let more people watch it. And by the way, if you're still here at this point in the video, I do appreciate that. Feel free to watch the rest of it as well. By introducing emotional hooks, teasing future events, or just flat out explaining what the viewer gets from watching this video, you can incite them to stay for longer. And the big finale, and my favorite piece of advice, is small and consistent gains are the key to success. If you're watching this video, it's likely that you're at the start of this journey. And at the start of the journey, the destination can seem like a very long way away. I would love for my videos to go viral and my subscriber count to grow quicker than I can say the words, make sure you like and subscribe, but that's not really how progress works. Just wanting something isn't enough. We need to put in the time and the work. So don't expect your videos to blow up. Your viewership theoretically will align with the quality of your content and your thumbnails and your titles and all this stuff. So focus on gradually improving your content, and your viewership will also hopefully gradually increase as well. I know my videos now are better than the ones before, and that drives me to keep going despite the lack of views and likes. Please just like the video. Instead of looking at the outcome or expecting yourself to get good at this overnight, focus on making small and consistent gains. So to summarize the top pieces of advice for a beginner YouTuber like me: 1. Answer specific questions to make the value of your video very obvious to a potential viewer. 2. Presentation is key. You want to incite attention while also aligning that with the tone of your video. 3. Create a channel identity. It can help steer your content, titles and thumbnails and all the rest of it. 4. Focus on the importance of the first 30 seconds so YouTube thinks your video's sick. And finally, 5. Focus on making small and consistent gains to make progress over time. You're in this for the long run. By following these tips, you can set out on your path to grow your channel and become successful on YouTube. At least that's what I hope, because that's what I'm doing, and Lord knows I want to get more views. On the topic of following our dreams, I did release a video talking about how we can pursue our passions whilst also juggling a full-time job. So feel free to check that out there. And if you did enjoy the video and potentially benefited from it, feel free to like and subscribe. It would mean a bunch. And aside from that, thank you very much for watching and have a lovely day. Bye bye.